Hello and welcome to Life as Feudal, Forest Village. We've got a lot of things to do in this episode because it's kind of like prep work, if you will, because I want to start expanding in this direction. I think it's south. I want to head in this direction so we can start building village number 2. But before I get started, I really want to get some expansion done over here, because the idea is to repeat what I've done here over on this side. We'll add in some hunters, lumberjacks. Well, not lumberjacks, they're foresters. We'll do these as well, except on this side, and that'll all be to service village number 2. It's going to take a while though, because I've got to basically flatten the land. I've got to do quite a bit of terraforming, because I know when I started building around here, the ground wasn't even, and the buildings were complaining. So I've already got an order in there to start the terraforming. Now, one thing I am quite keen on though is we need more fish and we need more vegetables. This looks like there's quite a bit there, but that's really because what I've been doing is I've been selling off milk, for instance, fruit as well, selling them off in the market here in exchange for fruit and fish, and every so often I'll get some warm clothing as well. But I could really do with producing my own. So the plan is I want to be able to have a bigger population who can start working in these fish farms. So one of the things that I do want to do is get a house built over here. I mean, I already cleared the little road out. There was a little road that was running down here before, but I mean, we don't need it now. I think that lamppost, now it's the wrong way around. So I think I'll take that lamppost out actually. We'll build another one. Makes more sense if it's pointing in that direction now. Now, another thing that I want to do as well is I want to build a house here, but there's a well in the way. See, it just doesn't quite fit. It's just one little bit, and yeah. So I'm going to wait for that to get cleared out. But the plan is I want to put another house in here, and then I want to build a farm over here for the for more vegetables. Well, I mean, I can just get it to do potatoes for now. Another thing I want to do is I want to deal with this. Well, it's a flour shortage basically. We're producing quite a lot of grain, but it's just taking too long for these millers to then turn it into flour. It takes nearly like 2.5 minutes to make flour. So what I want to do is I want to build another mill. Now I noticed that I was going to build it up here, so there's like a scarecrow up here that's not really needed anymore. If you look there, that just about covers it. So I don't think I have a particular need for that one, so I've got an order to clear that one out. But let's have a look. One thing I do want to do is, I mean, we do have enough grain anyway, but all the same I want to play it safe. I don't want to be in a situation where we just run out of grain. So what I want to do is I want to build another farm. Enough for, I think 2 people will do. Yes, I think that's 18 by 12, is it? Let's just double check with these ones, because these are, I mean, they produce about 800 wheat, these ones, so they're certainly doing enough. And I'd rather have too much than not enough. So yeah, that's an 18 by 12. So I'm going to build an 18 by 12 one up here. Now I can see that's already going past that that scarecrow anyway, to be honest. But I'll get them to build a scarecrow. Well, I'll wait for that to get finished so then I can line the scarecrow up to the fence post, because you have like a little gap there, and I don't want to block the gap off. Now the other thing we need is then the windmill. So that just about fits in. Yeah, it's just about fitting in there, thankfully. So plonk that one down there. So they'll be able to get their water from there. We'll put the grain here, then they can just pop down here to get the grain here. Turn that into flour. Now the only thing then is most of these bakers are in this area, so I'll probably end up putting like a stable, get one of the caravanners, maybe this one. I think they've just got about 1 route left, So I'll get these to take the flour from here and probably drop it off in this barn here, I think. Although I haven't said that, there's quite a few there. I mean, how are we doing here? I mean, they've got plenty of flour to be, you know, they've got plenty of grain here in the barn, so they're not short of grain. It's just that these can't produce enough. I think I'll have a look at the routes that I've got running here, because it might be better if I could split those up and say I get half of it from here to here, the other half bring it down to there maybe. Having said that, they don't. It's a bit far having to send somebody all the way up there just to come down there, but that's doable. I could always get these people to go up there, get the flour there and bring it to here, while these ones take it from there and bring it over to here. Yeah, I might do that, but we've got to wait for all this to get built first. So I'm going to wait for all these little bits and bobs to get destroyed, because I know it's definitely holding up this part here. It's going to take a while for all these buildings to be built and all the terraforming to be done, because there is quite a bit more terraforming to be done. I mean, that block there, that's 92 man hours alone by the looks of it, or whatever those units are. So it's going to take a while. So I'll get that sorted out, and then I'll bring you back. We're making some progress now. We've got a house here built. It's been built, and I'm just getting it actually upgraded now, but it needs somebody to actually come and do that. They've built the farm over here, so I've got that set up ready for wheat. The mill over here, they're just starting to build that now. I mean, I've only got one builder because I just don't have that many people, and I mean, I'm still waiting for all these people to sort of like to come through the school system before they can start doing any work. But it shouldn't take too long now to get this house finished off, and then we can start assigning people down here. They've managed to finish the well. The well's now gone, so I'm gonna put instructions in to build a house over here. I'll just line that up with that one. I'll put a road in. Now I'm seriously tempted to put that one in all the way there just for the sake of that. It looks a bit cleaner. Seems a bit nuts because I mean it leaves me with a big gap there, but yeah, I can't have a road that's running down that way. It just seems too strange. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a gap there. I may as well have done that in the first place now that I look at it, but never mind. So what I want is, I want to farm over here because it'll be quite close to here. So they'll either put the produce into this barn here or this barn here, depending on which is the closest. Which? Let's just out of curiosity see. I mean, that one is about 52. That one is slightly shorter. Now, what about this barn here? Yeah, I suppose if they exit up here, could go either way. They might go to this barn or this barn. So, we'll see. We'll see. But the idea is, I mean, no, I want plenty of sort of like vegetables around here, ideally, but we can always move things around with the caravans. Now, I wanted to build this one enough for about 4 people, so that's like a 17 by 24. Yeah, so about 17 by 24, 17 by... Could just about squeeze one in at about 1724, and then it'll line up with the road there. Now the only thing is, actually that's not. Yeah, let's do that. Tell you what, we'll do that. So that's 17 by 24. So that's enough for four people. Now the only trouble is scarecrows, isn't it? Ooh. No, that's okay. I mean, I could fit a scarecrow on that side and a scarecrow on the side of the road. That's not a problem. We'll add in some more water. So we'll add in another well. So we'll wait for that to get built. Wait for this to get built, because all the people that are going to work in these professions will come from this house, hopefully. Now, what else was there? So We're waiting for that house. There is one. Oh, it's really frustrating. This. We've got these houses where I mean, the reason I've got so few people actually is we went through a spell, not the previous winter, but the winter before. A lot of people died of hypothermia. It was driving me nuts, and I noticed things like this where there was quite a few houses where they didn't have any fuel in. I originally had a caravan that was taking the excess firewood from this barn here, and it was bringing some over there. And I don't think I brought that route back again, because my plan was to kind of centralize things around here, and on the expectation that people from here would then start coming down here for things. But yeah, so you got like 2,500 firewood just sitting here. There's over 1,000 here as well. So I think it goes back to what I was probably mentioning in another episode about charcoal. Have a look in these places here. You can see they've got charcoal. What they don't have is firewood. So even though there's firewood here, they're not taking it from the house. I mean, it got to the point I was losing so many people. That's why we've got hardly anybody in the mines. I've only just started like putting people back in the mines. I mean, it actually got to the point when I saw all these people dying of hypothermia and these houses being cold. What I did is I was actually grabbing hold of somebody. I was going all the way up here, getting some firewood, bringing it back here and putting it in the barn by hand, and then the kilners here were picking it up and turning it into charcoal. So I don't know. I don't know if there's some special setting or something that sort of like makes them favour charcoal. I'd assume you'd want them to, because charcoal's going to last a lot longer. You put that in the house, it'll burn for a longer time, so they need less of it. So I think there's some preference to say, if there's some charcoal, go and get the charcoal. So they'll actually see. It seems like they'll go and, they'll go off and walk quite a distance to go and get the charcoal. I don't think they're so like smart enough to say, well, look, it's going to take me too long to get there. I may as well just get the firewood that's right next to me. I don't think that ever crosses their mind. So I think they go for quite a distance to go out and get that. But as far as I can tell, we're just not producing enough charcoal. I mean, we're not too bad. We're getting into the spring now, so we've still got a bit left. But we're definitely going to have to start making more charcoal. That's a certainty, especially now that I've got an extra 2 houses as well. But I'm just puzzled why I've got so much firewood just like sitting around doing nothing. I suppose I could. I wonder if could I fit any in here? They come under resources, don't they? So yeah, I mean, I could fit like ones at the back of this house. The back of this house, for instance. So I could definitely introduce more, but I'll have to think about it, because I really want them to focus on these houses, get the population going, and so on. Now over here we've done quite a bit of terraforming. If I can find my way, there it is. Right. So I've done quite a bit of terraforming already. So I'm going to get them to extend the road out a bit more. I mean, you might have noticed I've started like doing double-sized roads now rather than these. Originally I was just doing single-sized roads, but then I noticed these gates that you get, you can fit 2 roads down the side, or at least two wide. So it makes sense to have these wider roads. I think probably have more people that can pass by. But we'll put our road in there now. I'm just gonna yeah. The plan was I was going to flip this around just out of curiosity and have the house on this side and the barn on that side, just to kind of flip things around, but it's going to take too much terraforming. So we'll put an order in to put a house in here. Now actually, what I definitely want is some wells, because if there's one thing I don't want is this lot burning down. So we'll put a couple of wells in. Slightly wider, doesn't really matter. So yeah, so we'll get a house put in place, but I'm going to pause that off. because I need them to focus on what's going on in the actual village. I mean, we just don't have enough labourers or anything at the moment anyway. Now, the barn comes under storage, not the barn, the caravan stable I should say. So that's going to need turning around. So put that there. So that gets us our stable. So I can already see I'm going to have to do some more terraforming in this direction. Now, I'm wondering, should I actually get some more farmers in here? Some fish farmers. I think I should really. Right, well what we'll do then, I'm just going to put that little light over there, because that's on that side. Ah, no, that's interesting, because I left a gap on that side that allowed me to put the house in. So really what I need to do then is I need to move that caravan stable to the right. Yeah, let's do that. We'll move the caravan stable a bit to the right. Doesn't make any difference. I thought it's the well, isn't it? It's the well. It's because of the well. Because basically I want to put a little street light in place, so put that there. Then turn that around, put that there. We'll put our street light in. Yep, put our street light in. So we'll then put our road in, just as sort of like as a reference point more than anything. I'm not going to actually start building down here yet. I'm more interested on pushing further south towards the village, to be honest. So we'll get that built there. There. Right, so that gets us our road. Then we need, right, so we'll have another couple of wells on that side. I'm not going to get much further, and then we're going to have to start doing more terraforming. So we'll get our little light in again, just so people can see the wells properly at night. Now that's where we started building the kilners. Now that's so. Right, okay, so we then start building our kilners on that side then, okay. So let's do that. We've got a couple of kilners in place, so I think I placed them on the, which side did I put them on? Did I put them on the right side or the left? I don't think it matters, to be honest, because they seem to like flip backwards and forwards. Sometimes they work, you know, on either side, so right, put that one there, put that one there. So then we have our sawmill opposite, which is that one. So it starts off as a lumber jack's lodge. Right, I'm going to have to definitely start doing more terraforming then, but again I don't want these getting built yet. I want them to focus on the village, so I'll just pause these all off. That one, that one. Right, so they're all paused off except these wells aren't. Right, so I definitely need to be pushing further that way, because I need quite a bit of room to fit them in. Off the top of my head I'm not quite sure, but we can always come back and either widen it out or make it a bit smaller, but we'll tidy it up after. Trouble is, there's just not that many people at the moment to be able to do all this work. Right, so I'll get them to do that. Just keep an eye on that. One thing I'm doing is I'm keeping an eye on the market at the moment, because I've been selling off a lot of the fish to get myself iron ore, just because I just didn't have enough people available to start doing the mining. And I'm getting a good deal, I must admit, for things like trading the fruit for ore or for stone. So right, so we need this lot finishing off. We need all the terraforming over there finishing off before we can complete that area. Right, okay. Right, we'll leave it at that then. So I'm just going to pause the video and I'll bring you back once we're ready for the next step. Well, this is a bit odd. The house is now built, but nobody seems interested in moving in. I mean, it might be. It might be because like there's still like a lot of these lot grown up. But I would have thought like as soon as the house was built, people would start moving there. I mean, it could be because the people move closer to where they actually work, and there's nothing going on around here at the moment. Not until I start opening up the fish farms, but until I get more population, I don't want to assign anybody to fish farms yet. So that's a bit weird. Well, I'll just have to keep an eye on it because it just seems very strange that. Right, so that house is down there. So that's almost ready actually. So I'm gonna have to slow this down a bit. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because nobody's wanting to live there anyway. So chances are they probably don't want to live here either. It's almost built. I've been looking around here to see where I can put some more kilners. I think I'll end up putting them there. This has got to be weird. It's the first time I've actually played the game, and I haven't had to like worry about pausing the game to try and stop making people homeless or anything. Usually you start like building these houses, and the minute they're available, people just pile in, and it's a case of all these babies are getting born, and it's like, no, I've made people homeless, but no. Oh, there you go. How bizarre. They've just suddenly, I mean, it's like, that was quite a while before all of a sudden people just suddenly decided to pile in. And there's 12 people actually piled into here. So that's interesting. So it's people probably working over here, I imagine. So there's some bakers, farmers, herdsmen. The miller makes sense. Yeah, there's the bakers down here, so there's about 4 of them. 2 of them. Yeah. So we need this one to get upgraded now. I mean, I was just saying, I wanted to build some kilners. I could have sworn I could have fit them in when I was, when I, first put the foundation down, but no, they don't fit in at all down here. Yeah, they're overlapping with the road now. There's not enough. That's a bit weird. You could. Yeah, they won't fit in over there. So I think what I'll do is, I mean, there's a reasonable amount of firewood over here, because what I've been doing is I've got this one here. They've got a route, and they're sharing the actual firewood from here and between this barn and this barn. But I think I'm going to pull that one because I think it's more important to keep all the firewood up there. So I think what I'll do, I'll get them. Where was that firewood? It was over there. I'm going to get them to pick up the firewood from here. I want you to take it over to here. What we'll do is kind of set a target. Yeah, I'll set a target, so that means they're going to take that over there and leave about 1,000 over there, which seems reasonable. Although no, I'm going to share it between the two for now. I need to make that bi-directional, don't I? Now let me take that route out. Although no, let me split those two. I'll leave that one in, and then these ones will just split it between them as well. Because it's really important to have plenty of firewood up here for these kilners, because this is where all the iron work's going on. They're going to need tons of charcoal. So let's see. So that house is built. Hang on a minute. Oh yes, that one's getting built. So we're finished with that one. Not concerned about that one. So we're waiting for that one to be built. Now they're complaining of clay. So why are you complaining of clay? Where's all the clay gone? There's a ton of clay over there. Oh yes, they must be bringing the clay over, so that's alright. Okay, so we need the field, so that's the new field, so that needs to be potatoes. Hang on, come back again. I want to keep an eye on that for now, just so I don't forget about it. We've got the terraforming still going on. We've got this house still being built. It's just about to get finished upgrading. So that should be it. It's still going to take quite a while until we get more people, you know, more labourers. It's going to take a while to get all this done. Oh, that's okay. So, right, okay. So somebody's died of old age. Right. Well, they've sorted those fires out, so that's good. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Actually, I didn't put any kilners in, did I? I went off track there. The plan was to put some kilners in. I'll put these in here. I mean, they're not too far off from where the barn is. This is probably going to come back to bite me where these things suddenly decide to set on fire and it starts to... I shouldn't say that. I'm tempting fate. I think I'll put a light there just for the sake of they can see what they're up to. Why anybody works in the middle of the night is beyond me, like, but they don't seem to have a concept of time. But that's interesting that actually, now that I think about it, you don't really see much of a sort of like a night and day cycle. It does get a bit darker, but not, you know, like on a kind of like a proper daily basis. It is a bit weird now that I think about it. Yeah, because I'm thinking that these people don't technically go to sleep at all. They go home to get warm, to get something to eat, but that's about it. But anyway, right. So I've added those 2 extra kilners in, plus the street lights. So I'll keep an eye on them, just so I remember these ones as well. So I'm just going to pause it off there, and I'll bring you back once I've made some more progress. Well, the population's starting to catch up now, so I've put an extra 4 people into the fish farms down here. Everything around here is built. It just needs someone to work there, really. But I've deliberately paused off this house for the moment because I need the population to catch up and to start producing more food. Because at this rate, I'm selling off quite a lot of food, and I'm not 100% certain if we'll be able to keep up with demand. Now, I've noticed it looks like someone's actually ill. Okay, so I better put somebody into the healer's shop over there. I mean, we've got plenty of herbs available, so that should sort that out. Now, we've got our terraforming done over here, so I'm just going to extend this road out a bit more. Hopefully we've got enough room to put what we need in. So we'll put a barn in, so we want a castle barn. So that's that facing there. We then want a warehouse, so just make sure that's facing us as well. Oh, what happened there? Right, pop that there. Then I'll flip that around. Now that's on, I think that lines up. Oh, that's not good because I can't see. I can't see for the sort of like the outline bit what tells you, like, you know, materials and that sort of stuff you need. Right, so place that one there. I'll just pause these off while we're doing it. And then we need another barn. Oh wait, is that the right way around? Yeah, that way around. Now that doesn't make sense. How come that looks wider? That does not make sense at all. Okay, well, it is what it is. I don't know if I'll be able to fit these wells on the end though. Ooh, just missing the wells. I'm not quite sure why they don't line up, to be honest, but that's weird that. I'm gonna have to do a bit more terraforming down here, aren't I? Oh, Feudal. Right, so we need just a bit more. So I'll push that out to about, say, there. Oh, don't want it. Stop going out too far, man. Nope. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah, it's always a bit tricky. You've just got to slip just a bit and it messes it all up. Right, I'll finish that off in a while. So these are all paused off. So we'll get that bit of terraforming done, get our wells in, and then we can start building the road in this direction. So we can start prepping for the hunters and the loggers and the not the loggers, the foresters. So just having a look, it's gonna take a while. I'm having to replace the stone quarry and the iron ore mine. We're actually doing a lot better for charcoal since I put those two in, those two kilners there. But yeah, it's going to take a bit longer for the population to catch up and to start populating this. But I'm quite keen to get the actual potato farm moving as well. There's also the mill to even get going. So I think what I might do is I might wait for these to get finished so I can reduce the number of builders and then start piling people into this food production. So I'm going to wait until this lot catches up and then I'll bring you back. Okay then, so the population's kind of starting to catch up again. I've now got 4 people in this farm doing oats. We've got 4 people in the fish farms. Just double checking now. I haven't assigned anybody to this farm here, but I'm going to get some more people into the mill. So that gives me a bit of breathing room for the labourers. Still no joy in terms of getting any miners yet, because obviously I want to wait till the population catches up. Because we've still got about like 27 people potentially. That's the peak we'll hit. But I mean, obviously some people they're obviously going to start dying off of old age again. The hypothermia's been okay. I mean, we're into spring and we've got a reasonable surplus left, like 165 there. So that's pretty good. So I'm pleased with that. So the next thing to do is, I mean, I've got my wells down here and we've done some terraforming. I'm going to start pushing on with the road over here. I can't, it won't let me until we terraform that. Well, having said that, I could do that after. It's no great rush. I can still sort of like line it up to a certain extent. Yeah, I mean, I can still line it up. I can just sort all that terraforming out later on. So this, I'm not overly enthusiastic at terraforming the whole block, so like map, to be honest. But right, now let's see how far out we can put our hunter. So they're on the right. So if we actually, tell you what, I'm going to make my life a lot easier. I can destroy this road after. It doesn't really matter. Actually, I better keep that in view so I know it's lined up. I mean, I suppose there's no harm keeping it, really, but where's that? Right, so that other one is there. So that overlaps there. That do what I thought it did. Yeah, it did. Right, let me get rid of that. Can't have that now, can we? Right, so what I can do is I can keep building this sort of like temporary road, if you will, because it gives me some sort of like marker to line things up against. Oh, good grief. Right, so the barn's about here, so that's where we were placing the hunter's cabin and then the actual forester. So yeah, I mean that's okay. So if we put that one there, we can then run a road down by there to here. That gives me an idea where that one goes. We need a bit of a extra road running down here. Then we need our lodger. Lodger? The actual forester. It's a forester's lodge. So that goes there. Now, where did I put the water well? Did I put the water well right behind? Right, put it to one side. So we'll run that up to there. Then we have our shack. See if I can see this. So we want a shack just slightly behind that tent. Right, so if we run that up to about, say, there, then we can get our road extended up to the shack. And I'll just put our well just slightly to the side. That'll do for me. Yeah, I'll just put it there. Where did I think I put it further behind. For some strange reason, I think I put it off to the side. Yeah, put it off to the side a bit. I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Right, I'll just plug it down there. Right, so I need to do the same on this side. So yeah. See if I can see what I'm doing. So we want our hunter's shack cabin on this side, so I need to flip it round. Yeah, it's easy to rotate the camera, to be honest. Then we want our forester's lodge. I think that's the right way around there. So then we'll want our cabin just to this, just behind that. Assuming I've got that the right way. Is that the right way around? Nope, that needs flipping around as well. Oh, I'm gonna have to flatten the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get them to terraform this little area here. That's a pity. Let's just flatten that patch out there. Right, I'll get them to do that. Now I'm going to pause these off because I don't want them built yet. I don't think I particularly need that road, and I don't think I particularly want it either, to be honest. Or do I? No, I'm going to take the road out. Oh no, that's going to annoy me now. That's going to seriously annoy me. Right, okay, so I'm going to just get clearing all these excess roads that I don't particularly want, because I mean the whole idea was just I just wanted a marker point. I'll pause these two. Well, there's a few buildings up here I want to pause because we're not ready to build them really. Yeah, so I'm just going to basically clear those roads out. Well, I'm looking at the timer and I think I better call it a day because we've been doing this for quite a while now and I don't want to take too long. So I'd say we've done quite a lot, to be honest. I mean, we've got all of our foundations in place, our roads running off to the south. I mean, I do need to get this little bit of terraforming sorted out to tweak things so that basically that people can just walk down there instead of having to come down here and walk around. But it's going to take a lot of resources to build just this area alone. and we've got to get all this ready before we can move on to village number 2. Fortunately, there's a lot of iron, a lot of stone, a lot of wood around here, but the clay, I mean, I know some of these buildings like this one, they're going to need clay. We'll haul that in from village number 1, and then once we've got this place built, we'll get the actual forest lodges and the hunting cabins sorted out, and then we'll move on to village number 2. So I do hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If so, then do please leave a like, as that'll help me out a great deal. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see more content, then yeah, do please subscribe. Just remember to click the little bell icon, because then you'll get notifications for when I send new content out. And if you've got any comments, any suggestions, want to leave any feedback at all, please post that in the comments section below. But until the next video, thanks very much for watching. Bye!